Hey friend, welcome to the Badass is the New Black podcast, where our motto is done is better than perfect. I'm Chrissy Chin, here on a mission to help you grow your business online, turn your leads into lifelong customers, and scale to six figures and beyond so you can work less and enjoy and earn a whole lot more. Most importantly, I'm a laid-back wife, a mom, a friend who started as a peds nurse, turned network marketer, and now a serial entrepreneur. This podcast is for ambitious people with an idea, a vision, but no idea how to get there. On this podcast, I'll give actionable steps to keep you moving forward while you learn new business strategies, better systems and processes, marketing, sales, all the things you need to build and scale a blissful business that keeps your pocketbooks growing. Grab a beverage, open up your notes app, and let's get to it. What is up, my friend? I know I took a week off the podcast. I was settling from the huge launch that we had, which was incredibly exciting. There was a lot going on, and really I just needed some time to take a nap in the hammock and to just chill out, which meant I didn't end up recording a podcast. So we had a week off, but I'm back. I'm here to talk about how to crush a live launch stress-free, which just sounds glorious, right? But I just want to celebrate for a minute because you've been hearing me talk about Build a Blissful Business. You know, we opened the doors. We invited 50 new students, brand new students into the program that we are now working with for the next 4 months to help them get their offer set up if they don't already have one, to build a website that really speaks to their ideal customer, draws in their ideal customer, that helps them create this irresistible freebie to start building their email list and turn their potential customers into paying customers on autopilot. We're going to be helping people blend multiple passions, multiple offers into one cohesive brand and business online. And everything is going to be set up as automated as possible so that they can be signing up new customers, educating new clients, all while they are doing other things in life, taking care of their children, going out and spending a day in wine country with their friends or taking a trip with friends, all of the things that you want to be doing more of, right? So we are so excited to invite these 50 new students. We've gotten people with all different kinds of businesses, which is really exciting. I know that you'll be hearing from more of the students because one of the amazing gifts that they get when they finish in the time that we have together is to come on the podcast to talk about their experience and to share their business with you. So I know you're going to be hearing from some of our students very soon, but I just wanted to just take a moment to celebrate with you. And I can't wait to be celebrating. Send me your wins. Send me, if you're out there and you're launching your new offer, send me your wins. I want to celebrate with you. So today we're going to talk about how to crush your live launch stress-free. Maybe you've never done a launch before and you're like, what is this all about? I think I want to do something online and I think I kind of want to launch it out into the world live first before I even think about setting it up on Evergreen where it's just going, right? So we're going to talk about some things that you can do to make sure you crush your live launch stress-free. Okay. So here's the first thing. Have everything created, set up, and automated beforehand. And I want you to give yourself extra time to do this because life happens. Things that are not planned happen. I planned on doing everything and having everything done about a month before the launch so that we had plenty of time. Spring break was going to be happening. I was like, I think I'm going to go out of town. And so I wanted to have everything done by the end of March. And the masterclass was April 25th. I hurt my back a couple months before, and it really put me out of commission. And had I not planned for that extra time, I would have ended up probably not getting everything done. But instead, I was kind of working up until the last minute. But thank goodness I had scheduled some extra weeks in there to try and have it done by a certain date because life happens. Unexpected things happen, and you never know where you're going to be or what you're going to have to do and what's going to pull you away from work. It always happens. So, the things that you want to have set up beforehand, emails that are going to be going out to be promoting either your masterclass or whatever your free thing is to lead people to your offer, your social posts, Your live interviews, just have those, obviously they're live, so have them scheduled out and planned. Anything that you're doing with affiliates, maybe pre-recording for their podcast or things. If you have affiliates, do those beforehand. Okay. Podcast episodes, blogs, anything that you plan to release to promote this launch, have them done beforehand. Okay. Whatever you're using to drive traffic to your free offer to then pitch your offer. Or maybe it's a low ticket offer and you're just driving traffic straight to your offer. Just have it done before you open the doors, before people start getting the information, asking questions, because you are going to be busy. Have extra childcare set up to make sure that you have extra support during the time of your launch or when you open the doors. I mean, this could be, not necessarily something where you open the doors and close the doors. It could be something where you're launching your offer for the very first time, and maybe you're doing this extra promotion to drive traffic to it. Okay. So having childcare set up if you have children. Or if you have dogs and you're going to be live, make sure you've got them taken care of. Maybe they're at a friend's, or you do doggy daycare so they're not barking constantly while you're trying to maybe record some key pieces here. Things come up last minute. And so it's always just nice to have that extra time and know that the other people in your life are being looked after and taken care of. Have a plan for meals. If you have a spouse or a partner or someone to help out, ask them to help with dinner. I said to Michael, I said, babe, I cannot be the one responsible for dinner. I don't want to have to come up with the dinner idea, even if you're cooking. Like, don't ask me what's for dinner. Don't ask me what do I want for dinner. I just want food to show up on a plate, and I don't care if you made it. I don't care if it was ordered in. I don't care if it fits my dietary restrictions to a T. Like, I just need some food. Although I would recommend, if you have dietary restrictions, eat the good stuff so you feel good, you have energy, and your body doesn't feel like crap, right? But I didn't want to have to think about it. And it was so wonderful that I've learned from launches before that I don't want to have to think about it. Lunches, there was a lot going on. I was staying busy, even though a lot of things were created beforehand. And so having your lunch meals, either you prep them before and you have them prepared, or you could use a quick service. 100%. I'm going to be using something like Lean Nation or something where I can order my healthy lunches, have them delivered and ready in my fridge to eat, because that was something I found. I was like, oh, what am I going to eat for lunch? Oh my gosh, I'm starving. It's 2:00. I need to eat something to have this energy for this live. So that's just really important. Have all of your meals kind of planned out and worked out to come to you. Do not make any massive changes during your launch. This is another great tip. So this last launch, we decided to do a double opt-in because we really wanted to make sure that our email list, we were grabbing people that were really serious about learning about this, right? Healthy emails, not fake emails, not bot emails, not people that typed in the wrong email. And so we were using a double opt-in. And then we realized mid-launch, someone said, hey, did you know there's a third-party service that you can integrate into your platform that's going to verify the emails without a double opt-in? Because we were realizing that there was a good group of people that just weren't realizing, even though we had it plastered all over the thank you pages, go, check your email, confirm your email, and then you will be registered. So we had some people that we were like, man, we're losing some people that we think are not just typing in the wrong email, like .con instead of .com, right? And so it was someone brought to our attention, hey, you can have this third-party service where it basically verifies that email as a good email without the double opt-in. Part of me was like, oh, let's get this set up. So that we can remove the double opt-in. And then I had to check myself. And the team was like, check yourself, Chrissy. No, we can talk about that next launch. It's going to be too much to set up. And 100%, we were going to have to integrate another platform to have them communicate and all of that. There's already things going on. Even if you have things automated and set up and working for you, the inbox is busy with questions, okay? There's always last minute things. Sometimes little tech things come up and you have to modify, or, you get this new last minute idea. I'm the queen of last minute ideas, and they're always the best, right? So if they are small and doable, I do like to implement them. So making this huge shift and change and trying to integrate another platform mid-launch, not a good idea. don't do it. Stick with the process that you have set up in place, ride it out, do it to your full capacity, and then you can analyze and assess, how did the launch go? What changes do we need to make? What do we want to implement, in the future? And write down all those things that came up that you thought about that you couldn't implement during that time, and then analyze, do we want to do that next time? Okay? Have someone on your masterclass to help with questions and to remove trolls. Okay, because we were reaching people far and wide, we were using some new methods, not ads, but drawing in people that we had never met before. We had some trolls on our masterclass, and I was ignoring the chat. I mean, I was glancing over in the beginning to interact with people, but I was ignoring. But I had Nicole and Claire on helping with questions, and I didn't even think about trolls, people being rude, people hiding behind the screen. You can't really see them. They can put in a fake name if they want. And people can be nasty. Hurt people hurt people. Okay? So I don't even want to give, those comments the time of day when they're just being outright nasty and saying things to just try and throw you off your game and whatnot. Thankfully, I wasn't looking at them, and I did not even realize that was going to be an issue. But had I known, or now I'm recommending this to you, have someone on helping, you can 100% remove those people from your live or from your masterclass or whatever. You can have someone block them. You can have someone remove them. They do not need to be in your space. It is not wrong to remove them. If they are saying outright lies or things that are just inappropriate, they do not need to be there. You can remove them. They will be bringing down the vibe in the chat. Just move on. So have a plan, have someone helping you, A, with questions, and B, with trolls. Another tip, don't listen to those trolls. If you happen to see some of the comments, don't base all of your decisions or is what they're saying true and valid? I mean, basically, you're trying to differentiate where the constructive comments, like we had people that were like, oh, we want to see some of your students' websites, or I want some specific examples of the automations that you're talking about. Those are the kinds of comments we can say, okay, next masterclass, let's make sure we have some of those examples. It sounds like those are going to be helpful to help people get a big grasp on what we're doing and how we can help them, and if we can help them, right? That's what they're trying. When the people are on your masterclass, they are trying to figure out, is this for me? Can Chrissy and Claire help me with my business? Automate it, get it set up online. What's it going to look like? What's the outcome going to be? And so if they're asking questions and giving you information to say, adding this information might help them get a little bit more clarity and help them realize, yes, we can help them. That's valuable information to then add in next time. Someone that's being nasty is not, this is too long, or, I hate the way that you talk, or whatever, anything like that. Don't try and change the way you talk. If you got to say all these things and it's going to take you time, take the time. You're weeding out those people. Those are not your ideal customers. So don't feed into that. Do not absorb that energy. Do things in your power. This is another tip. Do things in your power that you can to protect your energy. There's a blend that I use called White Angelica, and it's, you put it on and it protects your energy. If you're someone who can do this physical motion where you take your hands and you kind of bring this shield up in front of you and you say, shield up, or maybe there's some other practices that you do, I don't know, saging, different things that you do to protect your energy. Do those things, okay? Another tip is just always plan for your masterclass to take at least 15 minutes longer than when you practiced. Live things always take longer. Why? Because when you're practicing, you're kind of just rushing through. You're not making those big pauses, or make sure that you are practicing as you would speak it on the masterclass. Okay? Also, time to interact with people. You're probably pausing a bit longer to interact with the comments and see what people are saying. at least in the beginning. Again, at some point you kind of just ignore the chat because it can be quite distracting. And that's why you have helpers on there, but just know that things are going to take a bit longer. Another tip for a stress-free launch: double, triple, quadruple check your tech. Now, we did our launch during Mercury retrograde, and when we picked that date, we knew it was during that time, which is, during that time, if you don't know much about Mercury retrograde, it's really when like communications are lost, tech always has trouble, and all of that. So, we were double, triple, quadruple checking the tech. If you have someone setting up your tech for you, you need to have a back checker, someone who goes in at a different time to double check the tech. Things that you want to be checking. Are your emails going to the right segment on your list? Do you have an area where they can unsubscribe specifically just from those emails? Is that working properly? Do you have that in your segment to remove those people? Okay. Double and triple check that the links are working in your email. Send yourself test emails. Send your, someone else who's helping you test emails, and both be testing out the links multiple times. So we have double check your emails, double check that your links are working, double check that everything is scheduled to go out at the appropriate time. So that's another thing. If you've got specific emails with maybe time-sensitive bonuses, make sure that you're selecting the right date and the right time. Have a list written down of when those are, and then go have someone else double check. There are things that get missed. There's definitely, I think one of the emails I made last minute, I put that or like a reminder email said like the masterclass happening on the 24th. I didn't have anyone double check that. So all of the little details, just have a backup person, have a double check. And then just overall, stay positive. Keep your energy up. Give it your all to the very final moment, because that is when, if you give it your all to the very final moment, then you are able to say, look, I did everything that I could possibly do, and this was the outcome. And now you can take that outcome and you can analyze it, and you can make improvements and adjustments to have a better launch next time. There's no such thing as a failed launch. Every single launch, I don't care if you've been doing this for 10 years and it's your 50th launch, you are learning. You're learning new things. You're experiencing new students coming in, and you're gathering new data, and you can make adjustments moving forward. So stay positive, go to the end. If you start to feel, so in a launch, it's very busy day one when people sign up. The middle is kind of quiet, and then the last day is very busy. If you start to see those enrollments dropping in the middle, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is going awful. No one's signing up. It's day 3. We have a few days left, and no one's signing up. That happens. And you kind of tend to lose energy. And you're like, oh, I don't even know if this is like worth it. Should I even go live? I'm just not feeling it. You have to give it your all, because if you don't, if you kind of bail because you're like, ugh, I don't know if this is working, then at the end, you're not going to know. Let's say it didn't really work and you only got 2 signups and you were hoping for a lot more. You are not going to know if the strategy you had in place did or didn't work if you bail halfway through. Okay, so give it your all. Stay positive. Have some positive people in your corner cheering you on. So important. All right, so those are just some quick tips to help you crush your live launch stress-free next time. If you're interested in expanding your revenue streams with a digital offer or a service, I have a free gift for you. It's called Turn Your Knowledge into a Profit. It's a free worksheet. It's a free guide. It's going to help you take the knowledge and the skills that you already possess. You're not going to have to learn new skills or learn all this new knowledge. It's going to take what you have, and you're going to work through this worksheet. It's going to be like a workshop, and you're going to be able to figure out, how can I take my skills, things that I love doing, and figure out what I could offer online to bring in another revenue stream. Okay, so that's what that's going to help you do. And then there's a guide to go along with it to help you take that and turn it into an actual offer that you can sell online in a matter of weeks, only working an extra few hours a week. Okay, so go to thechristykchin.com/profit to grab that free guide. And I want to celebrate with you just business. There's ups and downs. And, right now we're, of course, coming off of a high from our launch. We're super excited to work with our new students. And next week's episode, I'm going to talk more about kind of what happens when you're in those slumps and what do you do about it? How do you get out of those slumps? Okay, so we're going to talk about that next week. So come back to the podcast Wednesday where you will hear the next episode. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you got some value out of this episode, I would love some support. And the best way to do that so I can keep showering you with loads of actionable tips is to hit that subscribe button. Leave a review or a comment if you're on YouTube and share this podcast with a friend. And when you share it with a friend on social, please tag me so I can reshare your share in my stories. It's been an absolute pleasure hanging out. I appreciate the heck out of you for showing up. And now it's time for you to take imperfect action so you can work less and enjoy and earn a whole lot more.